We always play for each other.
There's so much passion that we overwhelm the other team.
We set the tone early and this is what we expect.
We've always, on paper, been the underdog team.
I think we could compete with every single team in the league. There's nothing like it for me.
We're there for a reason, and we're there to prepare for the year. And then it's just about delivering.
Yeah, I love it. Nothing I love more than beating a team.
For me, to be a leader, it's about influence. I'm Mark Jarram, I'm the men's basketball head coach here at Loughborough and the assistant coach for the Leicester Riders. Leadership to me is influence, nothing more, nothing less. First of all, I have to lead myself really well. I have to model the standards and behaviours that we want and need as a programme. And then it's just about clearly defining, managing, and then modelling those behaviours.
We've been working together for 6 years now, so for me personally, he's had a big influence. He's done a lot for me in terms of leadership, and we've worked a lot side by side with that.
Mark cares about us as people before basketball players. And then for me personally, this is my 3rd year, and from my 1st year to now, the progression I made, I couldn't have done it without the guys around me, like especially Mark, and like the off season, just staying here all summer. Hi, I'm Kyle Jimenez. I'm a student athlete for Loughborough Student Riders.
And Kyle, just a really experienced player who's really grown, and he changed his role this year and really excelled in that role.
This year the offense pretty much ran through Kyle. If he wasn't on the court, we weren't really making very many plays. Like, obviously that's great for us, but then also on the flip side it meant that when he was off the court we struggled and played a lot of minutes and was tired a lot of the time. So basically, as I'm saying, Kyle needs to get fitter. Hi, I'm Jonas Dietrich. I'm a Loughborough grad from 2018 and I play for the Loughborough Student Riders. This is my 6th year for the first team, my 8th year overall.
Jonas has been around the programme forever. He's been incredible. He's stepped up in every which way, from a leader, from a basketball player, from his production and impact on games.
He's just a level-headed guy and he's great to have around our team.
Can you talk us through that moment where you might have got the news that the season was coming?
It was amazing. Because it's always uncertain. I spent a lot of the summer kind of working out outdoors, doing what I can, just hoping that we'd eventually get to the point where we can go back indoors, we can start training.
Most people jump to worst case scenario, and I think I definitely done that. So when the season did get announced as going ahead, I think I was running about the streets, like just jumping about. Wow.
It was great. It was a privilege really, because like you said, it was because we were elite sport that we could train. So there's a lot of teams that weren't able to do what we were able to do. So we were happy to be back.
We've got a house where majority of the team lives together. Don't get me wrong, it can be annoying at times, but I think as a whole, it brings us together as a group.
As challenging as some of the things through COVID have been, it has provided, we've had to pivot and adjust and do things differently. There's definitely been lessons and learnings and teachings through that.
And it's a great feeling that when people write you off and you're just like, no, you know what, let's do it.
What did it mean to you to finally be able to play in the playoffs this season?
Oh, it was great, because we always peak at the right time. We play our best basketball come playoff time, and since I've been here, we've done it every single year, including this year.
Yeah, the playoffs is what it's all about. That's the most meaningful games of any season. Every team wants to be playing in the playoffs, and for us, we put our best performances in of the year during that time. And I told the guys, I'm not going down there to participate in this game. I'm going there to win.
So we knew they were going to be fast-paced, We played them once before and they were running. Like after the first quarter when we played them last time, I was tired. I was like, they're just going up and down, up and down. So we knew that's what they were going to do. And then also the key personnel, we had to key in on them. But we felt like it was a favourable matchup for us. Like we definitely went in thinking we could win the game.
But to have the opportunity to have a season, to be playing in the playoffs, we said all year long, let's make sure that we are at our best come April, where those meaningful games are taking place. And then our performance was fantastic. You know, we're going up against first round of the playoffs against Reading Rockets. We knew it was a tough matchup, but I think that was by far our most mature performance of the year. We dealt with some adversity in that game, didn't start well, learned how to navigate through that, and we potentially wouldn't have been able to do that if we hadn't have gone through what we had during the year.
Normally when we execute our game plans, we normally come out and win games. So I feel like we've done that pretty well after the first 5 minutes when we went down big. But after that, I think we locked in. We were chasing their guards around everything, but I was looking forward to that matchup against Reading.
The fact we managed to turn it around and get the win is great. I mean, playoff time is when you want to perform. So every time you manage to get a win and you advance to the next round, that's what you want to be doing. So it was great.
Yeah, the Solent game we knew was going to be a tough one. You know, the league champions have a tremendous year, great roster, and the thing about them is they can hurt you in different ways, and they do a really good job of punishing you for every error that you make. So the game plan was limit the errors. First half, we did it. We were tied at half-time, game plan was going great. And then the start of the third quarter, they were able to get a couple breakaway points, a couple transition scores, and a couple threes that really built their momentum and got them going. And then from there, after their run, it was back and forth, and they just kind of kept it at that kind of 10-point advantage, and we weren't quite able to break through and reduce that lead.
With Coach Mark, we kind of went through a game plan of what we wanted to do, and we were going to throw something completely different at them. We always knew we could compete with them, it was just whether we could be consistent with it, and unfortunately those 3 minutes kind of let us down.
Describe the season in just one sentence. How would you describe it?
In one sentence, the season was challenging, tough, but also super rewarding. One emotion to sum up the season: gratitude.
So usually at the end of the season, we'd have an evening, an awards evening, so we'd go for a meal, we'd give out awards, and everyone's kind of together, having a good time and just celebrating the whole year and what everyone's achieved together.
That's not what we do.
Well, we do at first. That's the plan.
How do you think the season went?
I think we progressed really well, like especially with the new group we had. I remember when Mark asking us a question at the start of the year, like, put your hand up if you're a returner, and we're like, there's a lot of new guys this year. So for the group we had, I think we done really well. As a team, we came together at the right time. Well, I mean, it's definitely a stepping stone, especially with how young the team was.
But we always play for each other. Like, it's always next man up, and everyone's there supporting each other, and that really shows when we play.
We talk a lot about life after Loughborough, and during their years that they're here, how are we setting them up for success in their careers. The ball will stop bouncing for them all at some point. They might not become a pro at basketball, but they're going to become a pro at something. For me as a leader, it's about preparing them for that. Whilst they are here, we're competing and we're trying to win the next game in front of us, and just the behaviours it takes to be successful in whatever it is. I see it as a great opportunity and responsibility.